Welcome back to this fourth installment of my conversation in regard to the COVID vaccine. Joining me for this fourth part is Kristi Simmons, her husband Nigel, and sister Terri. This wasn't actually a part that we had planned on filming or showing, but unfortunately, while we were filming our interview with Rose and Donna, Kristi, you had an episode which I know for us sitting here and not being able to do anything for you was incredibly difficult, and I can only imagine how hard it must be for you when you're going through these episodes where the tremors become incredibly bad. Do you feel them coming on?
Sometimes. I get kind of cloudy headed more and I can't put sentences together very well before they start.
Sure. And Terri, you were saying that you tend to have a sense just before they happen, because there was a look that you two gave each other right before it started.
Yeah, I guess just from being around her, I can kind of sense her tremors start getting really worse, and she gets almost a panicked breathing, and I don't, honestly, I guess it's just a sixth sense, I guess, to say. We're sisters, and we've been, she's my baby sister, so I've been taking care of her most of our lives, and so I can kind of feel when something's just not right.
Nigel, do you have the same sort of sense? Can you feel when these attacks are about to happen?
I can usually notice, like her sister said, like just the look in her face, and I get to see it, and she usually tells me, honey, it's coming, so I get ready for it. I prepare myself, and I just hold her hand and tell her to breathe, and she'll get through it, and like we said, lately they've been pretty short, so it's not, it's still bad, don't get me wrong, but it's not as long, and it doesn't wipe her out as bad.
Sure.
So like the other ones, there's been a few where they were 40 to 50 minutes long, off and on, just constantly, and those just wipe her out. She's exhausted, and she just feels like jelly afterwards. That's when she gets them like that. That's when she can't walk. That's when I have to get the wheelchair out, put her in a wheelchair and wheel her around, or her walker. But the wheelchair seems to be a lot easier because that way she doesn't have to use her legs or nothing. So we decided to get her one of those.
So this has gotten so bad.
To help her out.
There are times where you can't actually walk.
Yes.
Now, if you guys think this is normal, you tell me. Breathe, honey. Breathe. Look at her toes cramping up. Going into convulsions. Honey. Pop. Breathe. 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 And people on Facebook are trying to tell us this is fake and taking us down for it. It's baloney.
Now, when people talk about having epileptic fits, and I understand this isn't the same thing, but when people are having epileptic fits, they don't have a memory of the episode. Mm-hmm. They sort of come to, they know that it's happened because of how they're feeling. Are you completely conscious through these episodes?
Yes. Yes.
So you can hear,
and it hurts.
It hurts. What? I feel like I'm almost being.
It's like having it feels like every muscle in my body cramps up and won't uncramp. And if I try to fight it, it gets worse. So we've kind of learned over the last 3 weeks to just kind of let them go and breathe through them. And it has shortened them by me doing that. When they first started, I fought them really hard.
Sure. And we are going to show some flashbacks to what was going on while this episode was happening, and you have given us full permission to do that so that people can understand the extent of what you guys are dealing with. Nigel, just watching your wife and the woman that you love deal with all of this, how is that for you?
It kills me inside. I just, like I've told her and everybody else, I just want my wife back. This is not her, and it kills me inside. But like I said before, I don't know if you can say I'm hard-headed, but I just don't show emotionals as much as most people do. I guess it's the New Zealand in me, New Zealand blood I got. So I kind of just, I play tough guy, with her, just so that, because I don't want her to see me hurt. So I kind of, just be tough there with her and just show her she's okay and she's going to get better. And yeah, it's been rough. It's been very hard.
And Terri,
it's a road that I don't want to ever. Oh, sorry.
No,
it's
no,
a road
no.
that I want the road to end. I want it over with and done. I just want my wife back. So
absolutely. Yeah. And Terri, for you, watching your sister struggle?
There are no words to describe what you feel. When you're 40-year-olds, when you have to carry your 40-year-old sister out of the bathroom, who was relatively, she was healthy 2 weeks ago. Or 2.5 weeks ago, she was going to working 40, 50 hours a week, a regular job, doing what she loves to do. And when you have to literally take her to the bathroom and then pick her up and carry her back to the living room because she can't stand, she can't walk, she can't, do normal everyday things. I came early today to help her put on her makeup and do her hair because she said, I don't want to look awful for this interview. I want to look decent, and I had to come and help her put on her makeup that she's been doing herself for 20 years, 30 years. It just, there's no words. I have so many emotions, anger, hurt. I don't even know who to be angry at. Hurt at, that I can't fix this. I'm a fixer. I fix this, and I can't fix this. I can't make her better. I just have to be here and support. And, I've let things go in my life, so that I can be, and I'm not complaining, because I would do it no matter what. I just hate that we're at this point where, I have to be here to help her and to help her husband. And, and we shouldn't be here. We shouldn't have to be going through this. She shouldn't be going through this.
Absolutely.
And the hard part is, she also, gotta help her get undressed and dressed and in and out of the bathtub. She likes taking her bathtubs, and it's hard for her to take a shower standing up. She's shaking all the time. So we'll give her a bath, and and I'll tell her, honey, lay down in the bath and relax. And she's afraid to, because she's afraid she's gonna have an episode while she's in the bath. So 9 times out of 10, I'll sit in there with her for so she could lay down and enjoy the bath and soak and try to relax her muscles and stuff. So I was sitting there with her, and I'll get the old shaving cream out and shave her legs and her armpits for her and stuff like that. Keep her updated. Yeah, so it's different. I've never shaved a woman's legs before. It's different, but I'm doing it because I love her. And it's stuff like that means a lot to her, and I just want her to know that I'm here for her no matter what.
It certainly makes you appreciate the small things that you do on a daily basis that you don't even think about. watching her pick up her drink and just trying to take a drink out of her drink. You know, we had to buy special silverware so that she could feed herself, because the regular silverware, she can't get it up to her mouth anymore. And just the simple things, you know, she says, she misses just being able to go to the bathroom by herself. You know, I can't even get up and go to the bathroom by myself. You know, I can't feed myself. I can't do normal everyday things, put on my makeup, put my earring in, you know, just, I guess that's the hardest part of all of this, is to go from being, you know, completely healthy, normal everyday activities to, you know, within 24 hours, everything changed.
And I think for a lot of us, we think about getting older, and worst case scenario, these are issues we have to deal with when we're hopefully in our 80s or 90s or not at all, and to be dealing with it when you're so young and there was really no reason for it. I can only imagine and sympathize with you, but it is a beautiful thing, as horrible as this time is for your family, to see so much love and support around you, Kristi. Nigel, you may say you're not all about the feelings, but I have a feeling that's not quite true. You seem to be showing all of those things, and maybe it's not in words, but the actions that you've just talked about are absolutely incredible. And as a woman, when you have a man like that is your rock and will do all of these things for you, it speaks volumes. And I mean, I'm not trying to speak for you, Kristi, but that's how I see.
No, you're exactly right. You know, being a nurse, you know, you've seen the husbands and wives come into the hospital, and, you know, a lot of times the husbands they're like in the background, and, you know, everybody else comes, you know, the kids or you know, they come in and they're like, okay, let's get mom better. And these two have been my team. They're my rock right now. I don't know what I would do without them. It's tough, and I to be helpless, and you know, it's frustrating for me because I want to do it on my own. You know, I want to go to the kitchen and get my glass of tea, and I want to make my dinner, and I want to eat my dinner without special silverware, you know. But we're getting through it. We're getting through it day by day, sometimes minute by minute, but they're my rock.
Well, I personally am, absolutely, and I mean, it's very clear to anybody watching that there is a lot of suffering going on, but there's also a lot of love here. And I would like to thank you not only for taking part in the group interview, but for being so vulnerable and allowing us to actually show the reality of what it is you're dealing with. I know it can't be an easy thing. And Nigel and Terri, I would like to thank you, first of all, for communicating with me when we were in the process of setting all of this up, because I understand how taxing this is for Kristi. And I would also like to thank you for taking part in this little interview, even though we didn't have it planned, but just to be able to sort of explain to everybody. So I wish you guys the best. I hope that in the coming weeks or months, we're able to do a follow-up and hear that you found the solution to what is going on and been able to remedy it, and that we can have a conversation with you all and you're talking about riding your Harleys and enjoying summer. Thank you so much, guys.
Yes.
We wish you all the best, and we'll see you on The Informer again soon.